We know that this is Northampton County. This is the county that we love. This is the county that we want to see prosper and move forward. Also want you to know that we know this is a new year. This is a new calendar year for us, but it's not a fiscal year, not a new fiscal year for us. Our fiscal year runs until June 30th, but we want to say to each of you a happy new year and how glad we are to see you and to have you be a part of us. We are excited about things that will be happening in Northampton County in the future. So we just thank you for coming and being a part of all that we do. We said at our last meeting, perhaps we would look at our mission statement. We have not looked at the mission statement because we have not had our meeting with the new board members. But until we do so, we're going to continue the mission statement that we have. Not saying it will change, but we want to make sure they have an opportunity to have input in our mission statement. Behind you, of course, is our mission statement. And that's what we operate by. That's what we're morally trying to make sure that we do what is right. And we want you to note that mission statement. But along with that is a vision statement that this board has come up with, and we know that we want to make Northampton County next 10 years be more prosperous than it's been in the last 10 years. And we want to open up some avenues and do some things to make sure that we can keep our citizens in the county and make sure that we can do the things that will motivate our county to move forward. Those are the other things that we start each session with. And again, I want to thank you all for coming and sharing with us. There is no huge agenda tonight. It is really a small agenda. And one of the reasons new board members want to tell you it's small is because of the fact you have not been to Raleigh to receive your training. And we just want to keep it as simple as we could until you get there. Okay, and when you get there, then you come back, you'll be ready to roll. So just wanted you to know that. I want to call our meeting order. We do have a quorum here, and I want to at this time before we get started, to let you know that Mr. Edwards was not at our last meeting. Mr. Edwards was sworn in by our clerk, and our clerk at Northampton County Clerk of Court, and I was there with him, and we had the paperwork. So I just want to make sure that everybody understand that he is authorized to be here. And because he was not here, I would like to give him an opportunity to speak, because as far as I'm concerned, he missed one of the most important meetings of us because it was our organization meeting. So at this time, Mr. Edwards, I give you just a moment.
Yes, sir.
to speak.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'd like to say good evening to everyone, and I'm happy to be here. And Happy New Year to everyone. And looking forward to the next 4 years of service, and want to certainly welcome, since I was not here, speak up. Okay, want to certainly welcome Ms. Barnett's Taylor and Mr. Martin. Looking forward to working with each one of you, and also continue our work with our chair, Mr. Tyler, and vice chair, Ms. Faulkner, and our attorney, Mr. McKellar, along with Mr. Phillips, in serving the citizens of Northampton County. And also, I know, Mr. Tyler, that I missed the organizational meeting, and that was, and the reason for my absence is always transparent. We had an emergency school board meeting, and I had to be there for that. And want to say that I definitely applaud and concur with the organizational structure as we look forward to moving Northampton County forward together. So
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Edwards. This time we shall continue with our agenda. Could we have just a moment of silence, please? Thank you. At this time, would you please stand with me as we have the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you so much. At this time, we know that we have an agenda. Board members, you received the agenda, and I want to say to our new board members, please forgive us for not giving it to you earlier. But because of our clerk to the board being out ill and she was not able to get it to you, we try to get it at least to you on Thursday before the Monday night meeting. So I want you to know that we don't do that as a practice. We just could not help ourselves at this last time. Because you keep in mind, we only have two people in that office, and that is our county manager and clerk to the board who running our county office there. So we just wanted you to note that. So on the agenda, you have the agenda before you. Could I have there is Vice Chairman, we do need to have a closed session for just a few minutes.
So I make a motion that we amend
Yes.
amend the agenda to add a closed session in between 10 and 11 for attorney-client privilege. That's the only reason that we need to have the meeting. I don't have the general statute on the agenda. Do you have the general statute number so you can call it out? I like to do
It's
that.
General Statute, Section 143-318.11, subparagraph A3.
I've had a motion. Could I have a second?
Second.
The move to proper second that we would adopt the agenda with the inclusion of a county attorney privilege. Are there any question in the discussion? All in favor, let know by your sign aye.
Aye.
I Faulkner.
Aye.
Ayes have it, motion is carried. Thank you so much. At this time, we have our conflict of interest statement. I'm going to ask Vice Chairman Faulkner if you would read it for Chairman, please.
Of course. In accordance with the rules of procedures adopted by this board and section 153A44 of the North Carolina General Statutes, it is the duty of every member present to vote on all matters coming before the board. Coming before the board unless there is a conflict of interest as determined by the board or by law. Does any member have a conflict of interest with respect to any agenda item coming before the board today? If so, please identify the conflict and the board will consider the matter.
Board members, any conflict? If not, no.
No conflict.
No conflict. No conflict, Faulkner.
No comment.
Thank you, board members. We appreciate it. Just keep us so that we'll be legal. Okay, the next thing you have is an ABC board appointment. We do have an opening on the ABC board, and this time by looking through our application, we really didn't have but two, and we've decided that county manager and I that Philip M. Ray, you can see, desire to be on this board. We desire to have him on this board. We know that one of the board members resigned from that board. And before you make that motion, I do want you to know that our ABC board, we gotta really look at this really hard, the ABC board itself. I attend a meeting and we're the only county in this whole region that does not get a dime from ABC sales in the county. So for some reason, we're not doing right. Okay, Halifax County gets $1 million that comes back to the county chest. So the ABC board, really, we need to work with them. Hereford County, right, I hate to say this, 3 miles from my house is a new ABC store. They just built one. We in Northampton County got to figure out what are we doing wrong with ABC. And we got it, and the citizens of this county voted for it. Referendum, and that we got it, and we ought not have it so that it doesn't bring any revenue to the county. And it's just doesn't make sense. So I'm asking you, as we look at this person to be on the board, I've talked to him, but likewise, the county manager went to a meeting. I could not go. I was ill at the time with the ABC board and talking to them about what can we do to strengthen Northampton County ABC board, what we're doing. And one of the things I might be talking too much, but one of the things we got these old stores. That's not the way they do ABC no more. ABC stores are done now, just like the grocery store. You go around and you pick out what you want. Yeah, that's right. I said, you pick out what you want, and then you might go in for one thing, but if you see it on the store, it's just like going to the store. Yeah, you pick out one thing, but you want something else. So what I'm trying to say to you is the ABC board, we have got to work with them in making some changes in Northampton County. Need to say that to you, because yes, sir, Mr. Edwards.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I totally agree. Because we had a slight conversation a couple of years ago as I was coming through Edgecombe and I was coming through Nash County.
Say it loud.
Coming through Edgecombe and Nash County, they have like billboards that's saying what the ABC awarding scholarships to students in the school system. And I said, wow, what a wonderful idea for our students to be able to receive scholarships. How about that in Northampton County? So I definitely appreciate the component of looking into what the ABC board and this board can come up with so that we can have the same endeavors that these other surrounding counties have.
Thank you.
That's huge.
Thank you. And I said all that for the new board members to understand when we have our discussion, we can talk about what we can do to help leverage the ABC. At this time, you have the recommendation. What is your pleasure, board members?
Chairman, I move for the appointment of Mr. Ray to the ABC board.
Can I have a second?
I second.
Okay, been moved and properly second that we add Mr. Ray to the ABC board. Are there any questions, any discussion? If not, all in favor, let know by you sign aye.
Aye.
Aye, Taylor. Aye, Faulkner.
Aye.
Aye, ayes have it, motion is carried. Thank you, County Commissioner. Thank you so much. The next one we have is an appointment that we have to the Upper Coastal Plain Council of Governments, and they're looking for someone in the county who owns a business in the county and one whom own a business in the county, who's active in the county, and who would serve us well on that board. It meets once a month in Nashville or Rocky Mount, and we've got Vicki Bennett. It's the only applicant we got who said that she would certainly serve us in that capacity, and she's already serving with some other organizations that's representing that our county is represented in. So at this time, the only applicant we had, you have the information right before you, and ask that you would consider her being on that board. On that board also is our county manager, and I am also on that board. So she'll be our at-large member on that board. And she will meet all the criteria because they are looking for a business person, and then they're looking for females likewise who own business, and so she would meet that criteria.
Chairman China, I make a motion that we approve the appointment of Vicki Bennett, the owner of V's Restaurant and Catering, for the Upper Coastal Plains Council of Government.
Could I have a
Second.
been moved proper second that Ms. Bennett will represent us, Upper Coastal Plain Council of Government? Are there any questions in the discussion?
I have one question. What is
Yes.
the term of, I guess I should have asked that for the other one. What is the term of both appointments? If that can come back to
I
us.
can come
Yeah.
back to you. I think it's 2 years. I gotta look at,
Okay.
I'll bring it back to you,
Okay.
okay? But that's what I think, okay? All right. Are there any, all right, let's continue on. The next,
You gotta call the vote.
oh, okay. All in favor, let known by usual sign aye.
Aye.
Faulkner.
Aye.
As have it, motion is carried. Thank you so much, board members. We appreciate it. Let us move forward with CADA. You got a lot of information about CADA and what they're doing for Northampton County. There's no representative here from CADA, but I think you probably want to keep looking all the way back and see what they're writing this proposal that they represent 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 counties. They represent 5 counties. I'm on page 10. On page 10 is what I'm interested in. Page 10. Board member. This is for your information. They're writing a proposal that we'll be represented with USDA, and they would get for Northampton County $58,500 and $59 come to Northampton County. And of course, all the information, how they come up with that is all inclusive in this whole package. If you want to dare to read it, it's yours. But this is USDA doing a package for these counties, that they will receive funds for helping people with houses and other needs that they might have. And if new board members would like for someone from USDA to come and talk about this, we can, but it's all in writing right here to you. And for the new board members, we do give a contribution each year to CADA as a part of our budget. And we do appreciate what they've done for us in the past. And to new board members, let me say to you one thing that they have done in particular. On the western end of the county, we had an emergency. And the emergency dealt with septic tank overflowing. And it was right there by the waters, right there last on Gaston Lake. And we called CADA and asked them would they go out and investigate this for us, because the people who own the house might qualify for CADA. I'm here to tell you that CADA could not do all of it, but it did the majority of what it costs to replace that septic system for those people, because it was going to be they had already called an emergency meeting with the water quality people. And they gave us like a few days to go out there and get it under control. And the people who live could not afford it. But thank God that CADA came through to help us. Just want to give y'all board some information about how they're happy. And this is just one instance of how they're helping us in Northampton County. This is just for your information. They didn't ask for a vote on it yet, but it probably will come back, and they'll probably come themselves and probably ask you for a motion on this. Yes.
When they submit the grant, I saw the space for the signatures.
Yes.
So does it require a signature in order for them to submit the grant?
Yeah, it does, but they didn't. Yeah, it does.
So I would like for us to maybe vote and say we approve the submission of the grant. That way that's on records.
Okay, I have no problem. Board members, y'all have a problem?
Chairman Tyner, I don't have a problem, but I have a question.
Okay, yes.
I noticed that in the narrative, they wrote about community planning meetings
Mhm.
that they did to gather this information. Do we have access to those meetings?
Yes, and you probably, when we have our organization meeting, one of you all will be designated to go to that, to be on that board. Okay, but we just haven't had our meeting yet. This was done last year. Okay, but you will be on all of these boards. You're gonna be going. Yes, Lord, going. Don't you think this is a free ride? This is a ride you on. I ain't gonna tell her. Okay, yes, you will be on, and you will have to make that decision. And then you have a full understanding. And when you go to those meetings, when these things come up, then you'll be the person who will make the motion that said, yeah, I approve this because I was at the meeting, we had our, and you represent us. Okay?
And they are public open meetings, so
Yes.
anyone can
Sure.
attend.
How do they, broadcast these meetings or put it out for the public?
As soon as we nominate you, you're gonna get all the you get all the announcements and everything else. Okay, I think Ms. Moody and Gergsburg is the chairman of the board. You get all, yeah, Catherine Moody, you'll get it, and she'll call you too. Okay, yeah, okay. Any other questions? So you do want to make it a motion then that we have received it and they are free to apply. That's what you're saying, Vice Chairman?
I'd like to make a motion that we approve on the behalf of Northampton County, the submission by CADA of the 2023-2024 Community Services Block Grant Anti-Poverty Work Plan and authorize the signature designating that approval.
Attorney, you got all that motion?
I do.
Okay.
Second.
I've been moving from soccer that we approve the motion that was made about this CADA application. Are there any questions in the discussion?
And I would like to say the reason why I would like for our board to approve, because it asks for the clerk to the board to sign.
Okay,
So it kind of gives weight
Weight
behind
behind
her
her.
signature
Yeah.
that we approved it.
thank you. We know you wouldn't mislead. Okay, all in favor, let nobody you sign aye.
Aye.
I, Bronax Taylor.
I, Faulkner.
Aye.
Ayes have it, motion is carried. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. We appreciate that. A lot of information, board members, a lot of information, so. It'll be ready. At this time, we shall continue on. I'm gonna ask at this time, Alvador and tax bills. Good evening.
I bring you greetings from Wilmington County Tax Department. And I'm before you this evening to obtain the board approval for 16 appeals in the amount of $1,899.82. There's a listing attached of property owners who have requested that I come before you on their behalf. And the Board of Commissioners may, upon receiving a taxpayer's written statement of a valid refund, such tax in a valid defense of one of the following: a tax imposed through clerical error, an illegal tax, or a tax levied for an illegal purpose. The Board of Commissioners have the authority to grant a refund due to one of those three reasons. It's my recommendation that you approve those.
Well, members, what's your pleasure here from our tax administrator?
I make a motion that we approve the request for the 16 appeals in the amount of $1,899.82 for the reasons stated by our tax administrator.
Second the motion.
Been proper second that we approve the refunds presented to us by tax administrator. All in favor of this, say aye.
Aye.
I, Bronax Taylor.
I, Faulkner.
Aye.
Aye, I've had it. Motion is carried. Thank you so much.
This is an
Yes,
that tomorrow, January the 5th, will be the last day that you can pay your tax without penalty or interest.
Okay, thank you so much. It's on our website. Okay, thank you. At this time, we should move forward. Better get that going. At this time, we should move forward with our financial matters. Phillips,
Good evening, everybody again. I have three budget amendments for tonight for your consideration. Budget amendments 22 through 24. I'm going to review all of them and then you all can vote on them at your pleasure. Budget amendment number 22 is a new funding to receive the Arts Grant Award in the amount of $20,103.
may I just ask a question? Don't know, but where would it go to in our county? What organization, what?
That is the cultural arts, right?
Cultural law?
Cultural arts.
Okay, all right. Okay, will they give you county manager what they plan to do in cultural law? Will you just ask for them to give that to you?
Yes, sir.
Just what they plan to do with this $20,000, okay? Board members, is that all right with you all? All right, continue, I'm sorry.
That's
Continue.
okay. Budget amendment 23 is new funding for the recreation complex. It's a donation of $1,000. And then budget amendment number 24 is to receive $5,379.58 for an insurance reimbursement. Those are the three budget amendments for tonight.
Okay. So I knew board members, have gone to train anytime we get any new monies in, we had not budget, so we must bring it to you all so you can, so that our county manager can include it in the budget. So all this is new money. All this is money that we hadn't received. You heard the budget amendments coming from our county manager slash finance likewise. What is your pleasure?
Chairman, I move approval for budget amendment number 22 for the cultural resources grant in the amount of $20,103. Also, budget amendment number 23 for recreation complex donation. And also budget amendment number 24 in insurance, $5,379.58.
I have a second.
Second.
We move the proper second that we would receive those funds and designate them for what it is to be used for. Are there any questions or any other discussion? If not, all in favor, let it be known by usual sign, aye.
Aye.
I, Broadus Taylor.
Faulkner.
Aye.
Let's have it, motion is carried. Thank you so much. This time, are there any citizens' comment? Okay, yes, please.
If you want. Then keep them when he speaks, and if we can ask him to speak loud enough, so we're recording it.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry. Thank you, Chairman Tyner. Citizens, when you're recognized, please approach the podium. And remember, we do not have microphones or videos, so please speak loudly because we are recording on this laptop before you. You will have 5 minutes to make your comments. If you have any questions of the board, you will receive a subsequent response from this board or county staff. The board will not respond or otherwise engage in a dialogue with you during your allotted time. And this time is allotted on the agenda for citizen comments for the purpose of allowing public commentary on county business. This is not an open forum to be publicly critical of the performance of any county commissioner or county employee, and the chair will maintain the order and decorum of the meeting. Thank you.
Thank you. Will you please, Happy New Year.
Chairman Tyner.
Yes.
Board members, County Manager Phillips, citizens, I'd like to say good evening to everyone. And Happy New Year to everybody. My name is Ruby Benson Donner, and I am now the president of the Lake Gas Community Center on the west end of the county. I'm here this evening to say thank you to Dr. Edwards and other county officials for the successful installation of the high-speed internet at our building. I was here over a year and a half ago, asking before that, and it took some time, but good things come to those who wait, and successfully waited. And I just want to say thank you to Dr. Edwards and everyone else who was successful in helping us get high-speed internet. May God bless you and thank you for listening.
Oh, yeah, yes. Oh, I'll take that. I'll take that. I'll take that. Well, members, let me say to you that there are others that have called me from the Conway area likewise and say they have successfully been able to hook up to the internet. And they were they were so, just like Miss Wall was, they were so elated that they were able now to look at, well, she tell me some shows or some come on on the computer. So thank you. We're working at it. I gotta say this, we're working at it. It's a slow process. Thank you for your patience and working with us. But we told you that we get you that service in the county. Now, it will not be all that we desire to be in the internet because they're still having some problems in some areas. But let me assure you that they are working on those areas. Whatever they need to do, they're working to get that those areas up too. Also note that what we've done is not the final project that we plan to do. What we plan to do is even have it even for everybody, and please go underground. That's that's what we really want to do. Thank you for having me, man.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Okay, but that's really what we want to do. And I want to say to you, thank you for your patience, because you have really been here. You've been on us. And I saw you coming here tonight. I got nervous. Okay, thank you. Thank you. About county manager, do you have any remarks you'd like to make at this time?
Just a few brief remarks. We did put out for the department heads to get all of the SIP, the 5-year SIP capital improvement plans to me. I did receive them. I will start reviewing them, and I hope to be able to consolidate that into a report that I will share with the commissioners before any adjustment is made, so that you all can see every request that was made by the department heads. We are also still working on the 2022 audit. That's still in progress. And that's the most important thing that I have right now. And it is budget season, so we will be starting on that. You will see some information communication going out as far as dates and all that good stuff for the 2023 budget. That's all.
That's all you have?
Thanks to everyone again. I always like to say thank you for each and every one of the citizens that comes out and supports us and are concerned about your county, our county. I thank each and every one of them.
Thank you.
At this time, from our county commissioners, Mr. Evans, this is you again. I call on you. You said something previously, but come again.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Let's say Happy New Year to everyone. And again, I say that and looking forward to 2023 being another great year here in Northampton County. And I also just want to express and to you, Ms. Garner, and to all the citizens, and we thank you for we're here to aid and assist. And I do remember, I think it's been over a year and a half, Ms. Garner.
2000 and
21.
Yes, ma'am. And I just vividly remember Ms. Garner had signatures with, signatures of citizens about broadband internet and the process worked. And we thank you so much for your concern and any way we can assist any citizen. I know this board is amenable and again, I congratulate the leadership, Mr. Chair and Ms. Faulkner, for chair and vice chair. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, I'm gonna ask you, Ms. Arnett Taylor.
Happy New Year to everyone, and I look forward to coming into the new year as your new commissioner for District 4. I like Dr. Tyner, Chairman Tyner, when I saw Miss Ruby Vistagana come through the door, I said, oh, wow. I said, where are we going tonight with this? But I'm so glad things worked out for the best as far as the broadband internet. And thank you for showing us what diligence and perseverance, how it can move mountains. And you moved the mountain.
Absolutely.
And for that, I applaud you. We applaud you.
Congratulations on being president also.
Thank you. At this time, I'm gonna ask, if you have any remarks you want to make.
Just like to say, Happy New Year to everyone and thank you for coming tonight. And I'm looking forward to serving you this upcoming 4 years. If you have any concerns, just feel free to share them with us and we'll see what we can do.
Vice Chair.
I guess I have to follow suit and say Happy New Year as well. I would like to say thank you to the citizens of Rich Square who have really started to embracing the facility that's there, using it for the betterment of opportunities for those in the community. We're always looking for ways to bring things to the community, but sometimes when the community doesn't engage, you wonder, did we do the right thing? And the citizens are showing that you've done the right thing. You put your money there and they are really starting to embrace and I get calls all the time about how do they secure the facility for events and what do they need to do. I just would like to tell everyone, if you're watching, the Cultural and Wellness Center is the place where you would go to reserve the facility at that time. And if you have any difficulties with anything, let us know. We're always looking for ways to improve. We're not where we want to be, but we definitely are moving forward. And thank those citizens who keep an eye out for the facility. I received a call, and I won't call them out, but they're in the audience, to say that the community is planning on some beautification days. So if you are interested in helping with that, to let us know so that we can get you in contact with the organizers that really want to take care of home. And I think that's what we have to do in every community as we try to encourage businesses and new citizens to move into the area. When they look at our downtown environments, when they look at what opportunities there are for their children or their families to be engaged, if there's something we can do to improve it, if something that we can do to help the town government, because they control the inner parts as far as the operations. But if we can do anything to support our small towns as a county, please let us know, because we are no better than our municipalities.
Thank you. Let me say as chairman, first of all, if I have not said it, Happy New Year. I am appreciative of you, all of you, the citizens of our county. I think there's no other county like Northampton. But let me tell you something, you got board members here. The new board members, all of us who've been here for some time, only got one thing that we want to do. We want to be an advocate for Northampton County and do everything that we can. Anything that we can do to help the citizens of this county. We all care about Northampton County. This is not about no personal agenda. This is about what we care, how much we care about the citizens of Northampton County. And let me also say to you, and I've already said to you, if you have a concern, folks, all you do is open your mouth And all you do is ask us. If you can't get it from the county manager, call one of the commissioners that you friends with and ask them about it. And we're gonna do everything within our power to do what is right. You gotta keep in mind that we can't do all things, but those things that we can do, I declare unto you, this board is dedicated to making sure that things happen for Northampton County. We look forward to this year. This is our first meeting, but we look forward this year of doing bigger and better things for Northampton County. If y'all just hang around, I promise you, you ain't seen nothing yet. You see a courthouse coming up, they go, yeah, that's just one. There are gonna be many more new buildings coming to Northampton County. I want to say to you, in a few days, you'll hear more about more houses coming to Northampton County. We have a $3 million grant given to us to build houses in Northampton County, and we plan to build them right down by Central School for people who work in the county, for people who are in Northampton County, and we really doing it workhouse. Workhouse houses is what we're calling them. So we look forward to really doing some things and it won't be but a few more days. We learned from HUD just yesterday, I believe it was. A few more days, they're gonna let us know when the money is available so we can break ground. These commissioners will be able to break ground, and we're gonna say, look what we doing in Northampton County. The road came, in Gersburg bypass came and took 38 houses out. 38 houses. Tax department, you're gonna be missing 38 people who live along that highway who were paying taxes. We're gonna miss it. But what we plan to do is come back with at least 50 houses that we can that we have in Northampton County. And these county board of commissioners are the ones who are responsible for seeing to it that this takes place. So just bear with us. Bigger and better things are coming. Sewer line, all of you know, we're talking about economic development. It's coming. It's coming. They're working on it. Anybody live on that end of the county, you've seen them out there surveying. They're surveying for two things. They're surveying for water and sewer, and they're surveying for the highway, to extend the highway. So it's really coming. Y'all just bear with us, and we plan to make a difference. Thank you. Those are the remarks that I have. Any other board members have any remarks that you like to have? Okay. Northampton County cannot be any better than the county commission. It starts here. The bus stops here. If nothing else, could I have a motion that we'll go into closed session?
I make the motion that we go into closed session for attorney-client privilege. And no decisions will be made following the meeting.
Yes, sir.
Second.
Move proper second that we go into closed session. Are there any questions? Discussion. All in favor, let nobody use sign aye.
Aye.
I, Broadnax Taylor.
Faulkner.
I have it, motion carried. Thank you so much. Thank you all for coming. We'll see you all Monday. Is it Monday?
The next one.
Next meeting? The 18th.
So on
It's on a Wednesday too,
because of Martin Luther King.
because Martin Luther King. Okay, it's on a Wednesday.